What's up, Michael Jordan collectors and investors? I hope you guys are having a great Friday. So, Card Gems here. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be covering the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie card. So, we just had a big sale for the PSA 10 on Golden Auctions. It was around $430,000. I mean, the sale just before this of PWCC was below $400,000. So, I mean, it was like $375,000. So, this is good news for Michael Jordan collectors and investors, that maybe it's already settled down and it's going to start picking back up a little bit. So, but we'll see. We'll just have to watch. So let's get into this. So here's that golden auction right here. These ended on the 25th of April. So here it is, $430,000 for this PSA 10. So a little bit of an uptick there. So here's a BGS 9.5. This is a true 9.5. This is a high end, has a 10 on the surface. $93,480 for this card. So this card is still down a little bit for a high end. Here's a BGS 9. Got 19,200. That's about the average of what they're doing now. And the rest of these are just lower grades. There's an 8.5 for 9,200. Here's an 8 for 8,600. And here's an 8 with the off-center qualifier, about 5,000. So on Heritage right now, we have some auctions going on. We have a PSA 10, has 7 days left. It's up to $230 right now. $230,000, I mean. I wish it was $230. I'd buy 100 of them. So let's see what else they have. They have this BGS 9.5 right here. This has a 9 center grid, so this is a low end, and it is up to 42,000 with 7 days left. Here's a PSA 9 up to 16,500 with 7 days left. And we got a couple more 9s here, 14,000 and 14,000. Here's some BGS 9s. 11,000, 10,000. So that's what we got. That's the highlights right there. So let's check out cardladder.com. If you're interested in cardladder.com, I have a link down in the description below, so you can check that out. So here's the PSA 1. It has a pop of 148. Has 18 sales in the last 3 months for an average of $3,400, and it lasts sold for $3,150 on the 27th, and the high price within the 3 months was $5,125 back in February. So let's look at eBay and see what the listings are. Here's a new listing right here for $898, 30 bids. This has 6 days left. Here's one for $1,075, 16 bids, 6 days left. Here's one for about $3,000, buy it now. Here's another one for about $4,000, our best offer. And here's one for about $4,000, buy it now. And $4,500, buy it now. And a $10,000. So PSA 2 has a pop of 208. So this has been averaging about $4,000 for the last 17 sales across 3 months. And it last sold for $3,000 on the 18th. And the record high for the 3 months is $5,300 back in February. All right, so checking eBay, we have one here for $1,100, 4 bids. It's a new listing, has 4 days left. And then here's one for $4,000, buy it now. Here's one for $6,500, or best offer. And here's $10,000, our best offer. And then here's one more, 11, almost $11,000, our best offer. So those are a little high. So PSA 3 has a pop of 377. It's had 16 sales in the last 3 months for an average of 4,800. Last sold for 3,800 on the 22nd, and the high was 6,250 back in February. So we have one here for 2,750, 24 bids, 1 hour left. Here's one 3,000, no bids so far, 5 days left. Here's one for 4,150. Buy it now. Here's 4,300. No bids. 5,000 or best offer. 6,000. No bids. And it just gets higher from there. There's a lot of options for this card. So PSA 4 has a pop of 755. 37 sales in the last 3 months for about 5,400. And it last sold for 3,750 on the 28th. And the record high was 8,500, about almost 8,600 back in February. All right. So on eBay, we have one here, 3,029 bids, 2 hours left. Here's one for 3,310, 52 bids, 2 hours left. Here's 4,300 no bids. Here's 5,000 or best offer, 5,000 no bids, 20 hours left. 5,000 or best offer. Here's 6,000 or best offer. It's about 6,500 or best offer. But we said what was the average on this? So the average was about 5,300 and it's been selling around 37. So it's been pretty consistent around 4,000. So these up here are pretty high. So looking at something more down in this area. So PSA 5 has a pop of 1,103. 48 sales in the last 3 months for average of about 6,000. Last sold for 5,400 and the high was 8,600 back in February. So we're looking at something between 5,400 and 6,000. So here's 2,600, 21 bids, 4 days left. Here's 6,000, buy it now. Here's about 6,000 no bids, 4 days left on that. 6,350 or best offer. 6,500 or best offer. There's 6,500, buy it now. 6,500 or best offer. There's a lot of them in the 6,000 range. And then it gets much higher from here in the 7,000s. But it's closer to that. Like I said, it was closer to the 5,400 to 6 range. So PSA 6 has a pop of 1,808. 61 sales in the last 3 months for about 7,200 average. And his last sold for 5,700 on the 26th. And the high was 11,800 back in February. So this is it's pretty much leveled off, but slightly declining. It's just a gradual decline, but it's pretty level. I mean, it's not like a huge drop. It's pretty much just a level, like very, very slight decline right there. So looking on eBay, we got one for 2,550, 16 bids, 4 days left. 2,750, 36 bids, a couple of hours left. Here's 3,850, 37 bids, 3 hours left. Here's 4,050, 90 bids. Here's 4,133, 46 bids. 6,200 no bids. No bids on that with two days and 20 hours left. And here's 6,300. Buy it now. Here's 6,300, our best offer. What we say we're looking for? Between 57 and 72, so closer to like 6,000. So these right here would be like top of the market. About 6,700, buy it now. Here's 6,900, buy it now. There's a lot of options here. A lot of options. There's top 30% I appeals, 7,000, buy it now. So let's look at the BGS 6 has a pop of 472, only 11 sales in the last 3 months for an average of about 5,800. Last sold for 4,251. That was on the 21st. And the high was 7,700. So back at the very end of January. So looking at something around 5,000 range on this card. So we have one here of 2,075, 23 bids, about 3 days left. Here's 5,000, our best offer. Here's about 79 or best offer. Here's 8,000 our best offer. So not a lot of listings for this card. BGS 6.5 has a pop of 644. Just 7 sales for the last 3 months for an average of 7,152. And it last sold for $5,878 on the 19th of March. And the high was about 8,500 back in February. So looking at something around close to 6,000 on this card. Here's 6,500, buy it now. Here's about 7,500 our best offer. Here's 8,000, buy it now, and it just gets higher from there, 8,500. So it gets a little crazy after that. So BGS 7 has a pop of 1,003, 17 sales for average of 8,000 for the 3 months, and the high was 12,700 back in February. It last sold for 5,100. So kind of a drop off from the average. These last couple of sales, 56, about almost 5,700 and 5,100, down from the 7,100. So you could cut it right through the middle, say something around 6,000 on that card. So here's 2,025 10 bids. Here's about 5,500 no bids, 3 hours left. So no takers on this for 55. So that's, yeah, that's above the current price, but well below the average. So here's almost 7,000 our best offer. Here's 7,500 our best offer. So these would be top of the market here. 8,900 our best offer. About 9,000 our best offer. 9,500 our best offer, and then it gets a little crazy from there. So PSA 7 has a pop of 3,549. Sold 131 times in the last 3 months for an average of 9,800. Last sold for 10,400, which is really high. That's really high for this card. So the high was 15,900 during the spike back in February. But this sell, so you can see, look, see the last sell before that was 6,750 and 7,444, which was kind of about the average. So yeah, this is a huge sell. I mean, it hasn't sold for over 10,000 since, back when these were hot, back on the 24th of February. I mean, there's some 8s that are selling for less than this. So that, I don't know about that. That's a crazy sell, but sometimes it happens when you get in bidding wars. So here's one for 2,575, 13 bids. Here's one for 6,099, 11 bids. Here's 7,900, our best offer. Here's 8,150, our best offer. Here's 8,250, our best offer. Top 30 I appeal. There's one for 9,000, our best offer. About 9,000, buy it now. 9,500, best offer. 9,500, best offer. Another one, same price. Another one. So there's 4 of these at PWCC. And then it gets high, really crazy from there, around 10,000 or so. About 10,000 best offer, 10,200. And this one's off-centered, has a qualifier. 10,375, and we got a lot of options on that card. So BGS 7.5 has a pop of 1,488, 20 sales in the last 3 months for about 8,500, and it last sold for 6,800 on the 28th, and the high was 13,000 back in February, about the beginning of February. So we're looking at something around 7,000 for this card. Here's 4,250, 25 bids, 4,600, 40 bids on that. 5,000, no bids. Here's 7,200, our best offer. 9,500, our best offer. So here's another one, same price. And here's 9,900, our best offer. Here's 10,500. That's, we were saying, it's nowhere near that. It's about, we're looking at about 7,000 on that. So these are all really high. So PSA 8 has a pop of 7,914, 184 sales the last 3 months for an average of 14,800. But last sold for 9,600. So that's what it's been doing. You get like a really nice eye appeal one that cracks, 5 digits, and then it's back, it's back down to 4 digits. So it's been up and down, up and down, up and down. Just won't make up its mind. It's been, it's just been around 10,000 or so with the, 11 and 12,000 for the really, really nice looking ones. It's a big fall from that high of 26,100 way back here, and it seems like a year ago, but it was just in February, beginning of February. It was not too long ago. So yeah, we're looking at something around 10,000 with the really nice ones, 11 up to $12,000. So here's 5,110 bids. Here's about 7,026 bids on that. 7,225 bids. 7,600. 22 bids on that. 7,877, 42 bids. 8,200, 23 bids. 8,550, 27 bids. 9,100, 21 bids. 9,150, 24 bids. 9,655, 23 bids. 10,000, no bids. So, we get to that 5-digit range. That's when people start really thinking about it. Here's 11,000, no bids. 11,200, our best offer. So you can pretty much find this card all day long around this price right here. There's about 100 listings for this card, all the way up to someone probably has one listed for $1 million. I wouldn't be surprised, but you're not gonna get it. The most you're gonna get for this, probably if it's like a top 5% eye appeal in PWCC, you might get like 15 if you're lucky on a good day. So here's a BGS 8, has a pop of 2,095, 47 bids the last 3 months for about 10,700 average, and the high was 17,800 back in February. So this card just sold for 8,900 on the 24th. So we're looking at something between 9 and 10,000. The subs, you could have really, really good subs, which would be closer to that 10,000. Here's 2,550, 31 bids. There's 4,150, 16 bids. 5,000, 24 bids. There's 5,451, 36 bids. 6,300, 40 bids. Here's about 10,000, our best offer. So now we're above that 5-digit range here. 10,900, our best offer. 11,900. So we got a lot of options on this card here. 12,500. So a lot of options here. Plenty of listings for that card. Pick it up for like 4 digits. So here's a SGC 8. This card sold 11 times in the last 3 months for a 12,400 average. Last sold for 7,650 on the 27th. So now it's pretty much confirmed. These last 2 sales were very similar, 73 and 7,650. So, it's around that, top of the market, maybe 8,000 for a really, really nice centered one. 19,000 was the high back in February. So yeah, we're looking, anywhere from about 75 to 8,000 for this card. So let's look at the 8.5 as well, because these show up together in the feed. So the 8.5 only sold 8 times in the last 3 months for an average of 15,052, with the high being 20,000 in February. It just sold for about 9,500 on the 18th. So 9,500 for 8.5 and close to 8 on the 8th. So let's look at what we have. So here's the 8.5 right here, 4,750, 30 bids. Here's an 8 for about 10,000, buy it now. Here's an 8.5 for 12,500, our best offer. Here's an 8 for about 13,000, our best offer. Here's another 8 for 15,000, best offer. An 8 for 25,000, buy it now. So it's getting a little crazy from there. So BGS 8.5 has a pop of 2,605. Sold 48 times in the last 3 months for an average of 13,650, with the high being 23,000 back in February. And it just sold for 9,600. And this is pretty much confirmed because these last 5 sales have been very similar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales. 5 sales around this average right here. So that's what you're looking at, about 9,600. So here's 5,000, 2 bids. Here's 8,300, 30 bids. So let's see. Yeah, 96. So yeah, this has 2 hours left. So that'll be interesting. 30 bids. So here's one for about 12,000, our best offer. So it really jumped here. 13,500, our best offer. 14,000 best offer. 14,250, buy it now. So it's just gone crazy from here. These listings. Yeah, these are really high right here. 16,000. Yeah, a lot of options for that card. So PSA 8.5 has a pop of 424. 28 sales in the last 3 months for an average of 21,530. So most of that coming from this record high sell of 43,000 back in the beginning of February. But it last sold for 16,750, and that is a good price because if you look at these last 10 or so sales, they've been pretty much level at around that price, 17,000. Looking at about 17 for that, or 17,500. So that would be right at that mark. I'll buy it now. Here's 18,250, our best offer. Here's 18,600, our best offer. So yeah, here's 25,000, our best offer. So it just, yeah, these are real. Oh, this is, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about that. So SGC 9. This has a low pop here. Don't have it listed on Card Ladder, but I want to say the 9 is around like 216. So it has 7 sales in the last 3 months for 34,000 average, and it last sold for 17,000, and that was just on the 18th. And the high was 57,000 on the 3rd of February. So wow. This card is falling. Let's see, what's that? $40,000. Ooh, that's rough right there. So here's 30,000, our best offer. Here's 33,995, buy it now. Here's 40,000. Yeah, these are a little wild. Here's 50,000. So let's go to the PSA 9. Has a pop of 2,782. 87 sales in the last 3 months for 47,000 average. It last sold for 35,000. The high was almost 90,000 back in the beginning of February. So this card is also took a tumble. I mean, a big tumble. That's like about, that's like what, 55,000 or something like that. So 35,000, and well, I had one sold on the cheap right here for 27 prior to that, and you got 35 again, or 33, 35. So this card's been selling around 35. You get a really nice high end once in a while. Might hit 40,000, but we're looking at about 35 on this. There's 12,300, 14 bids, 26,194 bids, 26,375 bids, 26,767 bids. That's a lot of bids. 32,051 bids. So this is getting close to that average. This is 2 hours on that. Here's 45,000, buy it now. Here's about almost 45,000, our best offer. Here's about 4,700, buy it now. And 47,900, our best offer. 49,000, buy it now. 49,000, buy it now. 50,000, our best offer. So a lot of options here. So hopefully these guys will accept, somewhat decent offers. Just got to hit them up and try. So here's a BGS 9, has a pop of 1,669. 53 sales in the last 3 months for an average of $30,000. And last sold for $19,680, with the high being 56. So very similar to the SGC card. But this card is still holding, this has way more sales than the SGC. It's holding pretty steady around that $20,000 mark. Some of the higher end with the bigger subs, 24,000 there. There's one at almost 22,000. So anywhere in there, about 24 to 20, depending on the subs. Here's 9,188, 20 bids. Here's 10,255, 18 bids. Here's 13,126 bids. 13,738 bids. 14,253 bids. 14,942 bids. 16,655, 35 bids. 19,000 or best offers, so no takers on this card. So that's right at that average pretty much of what it's been selling here recently. Here's one with really good subs. See, it has 2 9.5s and 2 9s, so it could be even better. Well, yeah, this is about as high as it can be actually. You can have 3 9.5 subs, but then one of the subs has to be like a 8.5. So this right here is probably the most desirable, 9.5, 9.5. I mean, you could have a 10 also. You could have a 10 and a 9.5 and 2 9s. So this one's at 19,901, 43 bids. So this will probably sell over 20,000 for sure. Closer to 22 to 24. There's 20,100 already. See, this one I'm talking about, this has 3 9.5s and it must have 1 8.5 on it. So you can have 3 9.5s. And I would guess that the 8.5 is maybe the center. Let's see. Let's check it out. Oh, looks like it's ended already. I guess someone snatched it up. Or yeah, it looks like someone won this auction already. That's strange. So 20,100 is what it actually ended for. See, the 8.5 was the centering, but the centering doesn't look too bad. So wow, that's that's a pretty good deal right there. Let's see if the back was messed up. Oh, that's where it's, yeah, the back is a little bit off center, but man, what an incredible card right there for 20,000. You basically got a 9.5. I mean, I've seen 9.5s that look worse than that. Okay, yeah, it did end. So I didn't see this. Huh. So not bad. So here's 23,000, our best offer. So that was the last of the auctions. Now you just have all these buy it nows in here. 2,700 or 27,500 best offer. 32,000, and it gets a little crazy from there. 33, 33, 35. They're all taking offers though. Here's 35, 40. So that's when it gets a little crazy. 39, 39, 41, 42. So a lot of options there. So let's look at the SGC 9.5. So there's only like 25 of these in population. Only 4 sales in the last 3 months for 85,000 average. But this had a huge tumble from 125,000 that it had sold for on the 31st of January. So look at this real dollar change, negative $70,000. I don't think I've seen one that bad before. That's really bad. Last sold for $55,000 back in March on the 15th. And there is one on eBay right now, $115,000 or best offer. So you're probably not going to get that. So BGS 95 has a pop of 526. For the last 3 months, it sold 14 times for an average of 99,000, almost 100,000. And the high was 162,000 at the end of January. And it last sold for 92,000. So, but these last 4 sells around this price here, around 90,000 or so. These have all been the high ends. So the high ends used to sell for 162 and 121, but now they're all selling around 90,000 for the high end, for the quad 95s and above. So here is a BGS 95 that has a 9 on the edges for 55,344 bids. A day and 4 hours left. Here is one for 96,000. Buy it now. This has a 9 on the edges as well. This has a 9 on the surface, 97,500 or best offer. Here is a 9.5. This has a 9 on the corners for 101,000. Buy it now. Here is a 9 edges, 150,000 best offer. This has a 9 on the corners, 150,000 or best offer. This also has a 10 on the centering, so, and top 5% eye appeal, but still you got to go off them subs. Here's a 9 center, 169,000 on that or best offer. This one has a 9 on the surface, 175,000 or best offer. A quad 9.5, 200,000. Buy it now. Here's a 9 on the surface, 232,000. And here is a 9 on the surface, 250,000. Here's a pair with 9 on the corners and 9 on the edges, 388,000 Australian. And so they're accepting offers on that. Here's one, comes with the sticker rookie card, which just sold recently around 30,000. And this one has a 9 on the surface, so 400,000 on that. So like I said, the high ends are selling, anywhere from 90 to 100,000 right now. So all of these low ends, not really sure what those are going for right now. Probably around 60 to anywhere from 60 to 80,000. So PSA 10 has a pop of 316. 19 sales in the last 3 months for an average of 503,000, so $500,000. Last sold for 375,000 on PWCC. The high was 720,000 for a pair that sold on the end of January. We just had a sell for 430,000 on Golden Auction. It has not been confirmed yet. Still waiting for that card to be paid for, so cardladder.com can confirm that for us. So if we look on eBay, we have a few. Here's one for 350,000, 193 bids, 2 hours left, so that'll be a fun watch. Here's one for 550,000 or best offer, and the sticker is a separate listing, so you just get the rookie card. Here's one for 750,000 best offer. Here's one for 1 million or best offer. So let's look at all the recently ended on eBay. So here's a PSA 9 for 30,000, 78 bids. Here's a PSA 8, 9,939 bids. Here's a PSA 6, 5,750. Buy it now. Here's a 8.5 for 15,188, 65 bids. Here's a PSA 5 for 4,800, 24 bids. Here's a BGS 8 for listed for $9,950, and it's sold for $8,500. Hopefully you can see this number right here and all of this code. So it's going to be just to the right of this tax exclusive price. So that's the only way I can look at these numbers. So here's a PSA 6.5 for 5,750, 80 bids. So here's a PSA 8 for 7,999, 86 bids. This one had an off-center qualifier. Here is a SGC 3 for 4,000, listed for 4,450, and it's sold for 3,900. So 3,900 on that card. Here's a PSA 3.5 for 4,011 bids. Here's a PSA 4 for about listed for 4,200. Sold for $3,800. So 3,800 on that PSA 4. So here's the set. PSA 8.5 set. All of these are PSA 8.5s listed for about 50,000, and this sold for 45,000. So the entire set of 8.5 sold for what the card sold for by itself when, you know, this card was spiking back in February. That's pretty impressive to have an all 8.5 sets, because I mean it's tough because it's gotta be pretty much be a really high-end looking 8. There's not a lot of 8.5s in population. SGC 3 for 3,285, a bid. Here's a PSA 1.5, population 44, so 3,400 listing price, sold for $3,000. So 3,000 on that 1.5. So here's a BGS 4, 3,600, 6 bids. PSA 8, 10,699, 27 bids. BGS 7, 6,500, 1 bid. Here's a BGS 7.5, 8,200, 10 bids. BGS 5.5 for 3,472, 94 bids. Here is a PSA 5 for 4,300, 9 bids. Here is a PSA 5 for 4,650, 34 bids. Here's a PSA 7, so 10,551, 29 bids. Here's a BGS 8.5 for 9,100, 30 bids. Here is a PSA 8 for 10,952, 91 bids. PSA 8.5, 14,800, 42 bids. Here's a PSA 8 that got it listed for 13,500, and it's sold for $9,800. So 9,800 on the 8. So here's the authentic altered PSA list, or sold for 3,999. Buy it now. Here's a PSA 7 listed for 7,900, and it sold for 7,600. Here's a SGC authentic, 4,950, 28 bids. So here's a PSA 7 for 7,289, 53 bids. BGS 9.5, high end, has a 10 sub, has a 10 for the centering. So 92,100 for that, 83 bids. So PSA 8, 9,600, 33 bids. PSA 6, 5,400, 54 bids. BGS 8.5, 9,600 on that one, 32 bids. Here's that PSA 9 with the off-center qualifier, 12,100. BGS 7, 5,100, 63 bids on that. PSA 6 listed for $6,200 and is sold for $6,000. So PSA 7.5 sold for $13,537. Buy it now. I'd be really suspicious about this sell right here. This is really off center too. This card is well below this price. Well below. So PSA here. Here's a PSA 7 here for $6,500 one bid. This is more what the PSA 7 goes for. Here's a PSA 9 listed for $43,000 and sold for $30,000. So they were willing to come down quite a bit. Here's one for $39,750. Sold for $32,000. All right, so PSA 7 here listed for about $10,000, and this one's sold for $7,000. Seems about right. It's an odd looking label right there. Almost makes me think, I don't know. That's usually where they put like the qualifier, so that's interesting. I don't know. He's a top rated seller with 17,000 feedback, so I'm sure that it's pretty legit. So PSA 6 here, 10,766, 32 bids. It looks like it's for 2 of them. So you get 2 PSA 6s. So PSA 8.5 here for 17,550, 52 bids. PSA 9, 32,340 bids. SGC 8, 7,650, 46 bids. PSA 1, 3,150, 46 bids. PSA 9 listed for $45,000, sold for $42,000. So that's kind of a high end right there. PSA 9 here for $35,000. Buy it now. PSA 6.5 listed for about $6,500, sold for $6,000. And PSA 8.5 sold for $18,500. Buy it now. PSA 5 sold for $5,400. Buy it now. A BGS 8.5 sold for $9,800, 11 bids. PSA 4, 3,753 bids. PSA 4, 3,750. Buy it now. Here is a PSA 7, 10,399. Buy it now. I think this is the one that got confirmed on Card Ladder. This was like a super high price right here for a 7. That's crazy for a 7. I mean, PSA 8s are struggling to meet this price. So the last card of the day is the BGS 7.5, sold for $6,805, 48 bids. So that's my update for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something out of it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Give me a comment. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next Michael Jordan Market Report.